Accessibility is very important in a teaching and learning context, and I think not to say these times or these days, but within the past decade, educators alone have been prepared a little bit more, educate a bit more ourselves and become more knowledgeable. But I think the big word here is more aware of the possible barriers that students could face within our classrooms. Understanding now that there is not an average student anymore. There is diverse classrooms. And when we understand that piece, our ability to provide content to students to actually learn and facilitate that learning has to be thought of from a different perspective than it was before. For my students, to make things a little bit more accessible, I have tried starting off with just providing course content in a variety of formats. So things from our PowerPoints and videos and incorporating real life scenarios instead of just having to lecture straight from one source. So giving them the opportunity of additional resources and not just having that single textbook and here's PowerPoints and that's everything. So I try and make my course as organized as possible for them. So even through Blackboard, I will have a theme or a color designated to that piece. And then all of my PowerPoints, my resources, I've also color-coded for that course as well. This has assisted students who have struggled with organization issues with multiple courses, and they said that they have loved it, so I think I will continue doing that. Also, I have really tried to look at my own self and how I deliver content, and by no means am I a professional motivating speaker, but I do try and alter the way that so I can see their engagement improve a bit more. So speaking maybe a little bit slower, a little bit more clearly, so that if students had any, especially auditory or comprehension type issues, it can help with that piece. Another thing that, especially for the different strategies to promote with accessibility within my classroom and my content in regards to assignments would have to be the collaboration with the students and communicating with them. And this was a big thing that allowed me to understand their viewpoints and coming from their point of view on what is fair and how can they show me that they have learned content. So I check in before and after every assignment. I will explain to them thoroughly and way beforehand as well to give them time to process that piece and offer them the opportunities to provide assignment in different ways. But then again, I ask afterwards and I offer them the opportunity to provide me that constructive feedback, both in person, but also anonymously, which I think is also very important. So if they think that there are better ways where they wouldn't feel maybe that there would be a barrier involved, that I would get that feedback anonymously or in person, like I said, and then I can tweak my assignment for the next group. And I want them to be able to provide me with an assignment that says, I understand this content, but in a way that they can use their strengths to do so, and so it's not a barrier to do it. In regards to the teaching and learning aspect, I think we have a whole area of accessibility, health and wellness, and they have a plethora of information from every kind of barrier they've ever had to put on a letter of accommodation. Imagine if they could share all of those barriers or accommodations that have needed to be made with all of faculty and having them try to address those within their courses. I think that would also help with making Niagara College more accessible for all.